I want to get back here and I want to talk about one of these big storylines before we go ahead and we start talking about these big preseason games, because there was a little bit of a big time scare for the Las Vegas Raiders in practice, someone that I think you're expecting to be a big piece to the success and taking a leap forward in 2026. And that is none other than first round pick from last year's draft in Ashton Jeanty. There was a lot of reports going around that, he's out for the season. It's a torn ACL. Then it comes out that it sounds like maybe it's just what was it? Not a dislocated knee, but a sprained ankle. Right?
Sprained ankle. Yeah.
Sprained ankle. So, Simone, I want to kick this one off over to you. What are we hearing about Ashton Jeanty? How serious is this? What happened? And when do you expect him back?
Yeah, I mean, when it initially happened on Sunday, of course, everybody was nervous about it. A lot of Raider fans were nervous about it because the reports coming out of camp was the fact that he was down for a while. And the team, they all got on their knees, did prayer or whatever, and had a moment of silence for him. And he couldn't put no pressure on his foot or his leg. So a lot of people were looking at the worst, especially worst case scenario. And especially going into a season like this year where we're expecting Ashton Jeanty to be the main guy offensively to help carry this offense for whoever the quarterback's going to be. Of course, there's going to be a lot of people panicking, a lot of fantasy owners panicking, but more so the Raiders, especially because we were going to run this offense through the running game with Clint Kubiak. But news came out not too long after that it wasn't that severe and it was a sprained ankle, and more news came out that it's more low than high for him. So the timetable for Ashton Jeanty is not going to be that long, and it's not going to be a long-term injury. So it's good news for the Raiders, moving forward. Like best case scenario is he's good week 1 to go. Worst case scenario, they put him on IR and then he just missed the first 4 games, which either way, I'm totally fine with it because we do have we do have a great backup running back in Mike Washington, who's definitely been showing out in preseason. And he's a guy that I feel like on most other teams could be an RB1 as well. So, I'm okay with the situation that we have right now. We just need Ashton Jeanty to get healthy and get to 100%. There's no need to really rush him back. But if he's good to go week 1, then I think a lot of Raider fans and I think the organization itself would be excited to have him back as well. But overall, not really too worried about it either way.
Now, who are you looking to kind of stand up here in the absence of Ashton Jeanty?
Oh, definitely Mike Washington. Mike Washington has been the guy he's basically like the RB1B to Ashton Jeanty. And the first 2 preseason games that we've seen him out there, he's definitely looked like one of the better running backs. I think he's graded the highest graded running back in preseason. I know it's preseason, but for a rookie running back that we got in the 4th round, definitely somebody that I could see running this offense. And he had another big run in this last games, so he just continues to break out for those big runs. So yeah, he's definitely going to be somebody that we're going to put a lot on if Ashton Jeanty's not good to go. It's just going to be interesting to see if the Raiders want to go out and bring in another veteran running back to, back him up until Ashton Jeanty's good to go. But as it looks right now, it's Mike Washington's show until Ashton Jeanty's back.
Now, do you believe that it's just going to be the Washington show completely until Jeanty comes back, or do you feel like it's going to be a running back by committee until Jeanty gets back?
It'll be by committee because that's what Clint Kubiak's known for. But majority of those reps are going to definitely go to Mike Washington. That's why I say I wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders do go out and bring in a veteran to probably come in and just be some depth or take the load off of him. And it's going to be interesting in this next game against the Niners if they're going to limit Mike Washington, especially figuring out what the situation with Ashton Jeanty is going to be.
Want to give a massive shout out to one of our sponsors of the channel. That's our amazing friends over at RotoWire. Preseason is coming to an end, which means it is time to dominate your fantasy leagues. And there's only one place to do that, and that is with RotoWire. Whether it's for bragging rights, whether it's for money, you're going to want to make sure that you end up on top on every single one of your fantasy leagues because, well, let's be honest, none of us are only in just one. The awesome part about RotoWire is that it's a plugin for any of your draft sources. Whether you're using, let's say, Sleeper, ESPN, the NFL Plus app, whatever you're using, you can directly plug RotoWire in so that come draft day, you come out with the best scenario possible with the players who are best from round 1 all the way to the final round. The awesome part, too, is that they have brand new key features such as advanced analytics, customized league settings to see expert rankings. You're able to build a draft plan before the big day. You have a mock draft simulator to get that practice in before the big day. You have My League Sync, custom cheat sheets, and now for your convenience, RotoWire also has a mobile app. They also have new in-season tools, including waiver wire rankings that are updated weekly to make sure that you're dominating all the way from week 1 to the following or to the final week of the season. Trade analyzers, competitive insights, and draft scores. Remember, supporting the sponsors is supporting the channel. And right now with RotoWire, you guys click that link in the description box below and use code RTS, and you will get 25% off on your first month. Massive shout out to our amazing friends over at RotoWire. Shout out to the other sponsor of the channel. That's our amazing friends over at Prize Picks. You guys know them. You guys love them because all you have to do is pick more or pick less on a few player stats in order to create a lineup. The NFL regular season is right around the corner, and with a new season here along, Prize Picks has a brand new offer for you guys. Best of all you have to do is play your first $5 and get $150 in lineups if you win that $5 lineup. All you got to do is click that link in the description box below. That's going to take you to download the Prize Picks app, sign up, use the promo code you see on the screen, HMA, and as soon as you play your first $5 lineup and win, you will get $150 free in lineups to play with. That's right, Prize Picks just switched up their offer, so there's no better time to join, lock in, and win that first lineup. Prize Picks is available in most states, including California, Texas, Florida, and New York, but it's not limited to those states. Prize Picks is America's #1 sports picks app. Remember, supporting the sponsors is supporting the channel, but please, of course, most importantly, always remember, play smart, play within your means, but big shout out to our great friends over at Prize Picks. Certainly the powerhouse there of the Raiders offense heading into the upcoming season with question marks about what's going to be happening at pass catcher. Certainly going to be relying a lot on that rushing attack. I want to get the opinions of the rest of the crew here. I want to head on over to Denver Trav. Denver Trav, let's say that Ashton Jeanty is going to miss the beginning of the season. I think it's a little bit wishful thinking that with as severe as it sounded like that sprained ankle is, that he'll be ready week 1. Let's say that he is out for the first 4 games, 5 games or more. What is your thought on how that is going to impact the Raiders' success early on? How big is this loss in your mind?
Yeah, I think it is a big loss because the running back is going to be ultimately what helps their pass attack in Vegas, with their receiving core not being the greatest. So having Ashton Jeanty, I feel like, helps that running back room, not only with Mike Washington being a rookie. You're losing a guy that's going to open up the offense overall. And if he misses 5 games, I'm not overly worried. I think it will be a decline because you have a rookie that's going to be getting the majority of the snaps in Mike Washington. However, I do like what I've seen from him. I liked him coming out of Arkansas, out of the draft. So I think he's going to be good enough. But you could have 2 guys back there that make that offense a lot more dynamic. And without Ashton Jeanty, it hurts their offense. So 5 games, I mean, if he misses 5 games, with that being said, I think it is going to hurt the offense a lot because he's going to help the pass attack, not only in the receiving game, but the running back is the quarterback's best friend. So if they don't have a run game and Mike Washington can't produce what people think he can, then they'll be in trouble.
Hey, Samoan, that Prize Picks lineup of Ashton Jeanty under on rushing yards week 1 starting to look pretty good, huh? Huh? Yeah. You caught me the other week, huh?
All right, man. He's gonna be good to go. Watch. Even on one leg, man. Put him out there, dog.
Even on one leg. Just give him the Michael Myers stance, baby. You can't bring Michael Myers down. That's how you know he's back. That's how you know he's back. Andrew, let's go down to you. How big is the loss of Ashton Jeanty for the Raiders?
Yeah, I think it's big. I mean, you have to ask yourself this question, right? You know, especially with a rookie quarterback, if Mendoza were to start, which he probably won't. But look, you want to run the ball and, you know, and really start from that perspective. That's what he did in Seattle. I think it's fully what he's expecting to do here with Las Vegas. But so it does hurt them. But at the end of the day, right, I think, you know, Clint Kubiak is an awesome offensive coordinator. He'll figure it out. And, you know, it sounds like the rookie will do well enough. I mean, bottom line, you know, Vegas, you know, is still a team that's building. It is what it is, right? But at the end of the day, you know, it does hurt them long term, especially for the season. And we play the Raiders week 2, so it'd be nice to see him not out there on the field as well. And by the way, didn't you trade some wide receiver away as well, Samoan, this week?
No, we didn't trade. We released a receiver.
Oh, okay.
We released Noah Brown. Yeah.
Oh, no, Brown. Okay, no, that's what it was. Okay, but I think it does hurt you guys moving forward. So it'll be interesting to see how Clint Kubiak, makes some adjustments.
Let's head on over to our guy, Marcus.
I bet you would love him to miss week 2, huh?
I bet you love it.
That's what I'm hoping. Exactly.
Make your job easier there, Andrew. Marcus,
Exactly.
What are your thoughts on this? Do you agree with everybody else that this is a big loss for the Raiders, or you think that they can kind of make those adjustments and be fine until he gets back?
See, I don't know if it's like because it's fantasy season, so everyone was overplaying this injury. Like I remember, like I got like a million texts, like, "Oh, Jeanty's out, Jeanty's done, he's done." Like the team was around him, like praying for him. And we come to find out it's an ankle sprain. I mean, and it's not even a high ankle sprain; it's a low or a low ankle sprain. I think I was listening to Dan Graziano earlier on ESPN. They say like he could just be out for week 1 and 2. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. So I think Mike Washington can be a guy for 2 weeks. He's looked good so far. Yes, it's preseason, but I mean, he's a stud. I mean, like he's tore up the Senior Bowl, tore it up all throughout his career at Arkansas. And so far looks pretty stellar in preseason. But yeah, I think they can muster it up for the first 2 weeks if he's out for those games. I think he's going to play. I mean, I guess one of the few guys in this group that had a quarterback who had a high ankle sprain and was able to play in the Super Bowl a week later. So, I guess I don't think highly of ankle sprains anymore because of what Mahomes has done with that. So I don't know.
Hey, man, it's certainly different for everyone. I know from my squad, we had some offensive linemen go down with those ankle sprains. They're getting carted off in the regular season, and then they miss, 3-4 weeks. And I think the positive thing, too, here for Ashton Jeanty is the season doesn't start this week. It doesn't start next week. Exactly. So he does have a couple of weeks to get right.
True.
Exactly. So I think that's something that's going to be positive for him, that maybe he does miss the first couple of weeks, but because the season is not in full swing just yet, you guys might have been very lucky to avoid an IR situation. So certainly going to be interesting to see what happens there with Ashton Jeanty and the Raiders, but make sure you guys go ahead and let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. But I do want to get back here, and I do want to kind of recap everything that happened here in preseason week 2. And I do want to start off with you, Samoan, because like you said, I mean, I'm watching this game at the gym and I'm like, wow, Fernando Mendoza and the Raiders are getting killed. And you know what? It's the Houston Texans. He's struggling against easily the league's best defense. And so, again, I know starters aren't in there, but for a rookie going up against that defensive scheme is certainly rough. And then in the fourth quarter, you guys turn it on. So tell me, how are you guys able to turn it on, come back and win this game in the fourth quarter? And I also want you to break down for me, what are we seeing from Fernando Mendoza now in week 2?
Yeah, I mean, this game definitely didn't start off the way we wanted it to. And I felt like until that pick 6, the offense was kind of moving a bit, running the ball with Mike Washington and Fernando Mendoza was finding his receivers until, that mistake. And, shout out to Fernando Mendoza. He tried to, run down the defender, but he was unable to. And ever since then, it started going downhill offensively and then defensively for sure. It was tough to see. I was wondering, the main thing for me wasn't like him making that mistake. It was how he was going to bounce back from it. And the offense just wasn't able to do it. Like the offensive line was definitely struggling to give him any time in there. And then whenever he was able to make a play, his receivers were dropping the ball. So they just could never get anything to click up until the half. So I think we were down, I think it was 20-3 or something like that. I forgot what the score was. But then in the second half, the biggest change was the defense stepping up, because the defense was they were getting walked down the whole first half as well, especially against the run. They weren't able to tackle. Coverage was kind of shaky for the most part. But in the second half, our defense was able to step up in a big way to cause some turnovers and get some forced fumbles. And then Aiden O'Connell, man, that's somebody that I know a lot of people are writing off, and he's in a tough situation right now with the quarterback situation, because we got Kirk Cousins, we got Fernando Mendoza. So Aiden O'Connell is always going to be, playing an uphill battle, but he definitely came in the second half and helped revitalize this offense. The offensive line was doing well. The running game was pretty solid as well, but he was finding his guys. And when we needed him to make a play, because I honestly, I didn't even think the Raiders were going to come back and win, but I was like, we have a chance. But I was over here writing notes and getting ready for the end of the game. And I was like, okay, this is another tough loss for the Raiders. But, shout out to Aiden O'Connell for finding Brandon Johnson to get us within range to make the touchdown, and he was able to get it in there, and we ended up winning. And it felt really good to get a win, because we don't see those a lot, so I'll take it wherever we can, and we're prepping up for the season. So overall, I love the way that this team was able to fight back. and get back into this game and never say die, right? And step up in the second half to really put this team in position to win. So, like I said, overall, a great win for this team, and it definitely got the vibes high for especially for a lot of the guys that are, these are all guys fighting for a roster spot for the most part. So to get a win like this was huge. And going into this next game, I know we're going to see a lot more of those guys on the depth chart. But like I said, it just feels good to get that win. Mendoza was happy about it. That the whole team was happy about it. So yeah, it just helps. We're just trying to get used to that feeling until we get into the season, right? So
brand new
overall,
team,
great win.
Brand new system. There's a lot new about the Raiders here. So I think kind of seeing that fight, whether it's a preseason game or not, guys are going to be on this roster or not, seeing that life of coming back in the fourth quarter and win the football game, I think does a lot for the atmosphere off the field and what that's going to do in the locker room. So big ups there certainly to the Raiders. Denver Trav, I want to go on over to you. You see this one, 22-20. Raiders able to squeak this one out. Rough game for Fernando Mendoza, though. 8 for 15, 86 total yards. 1 interception, sacked 1 time, and a 42.6 overall rating. But the Russian attack showing some promise there, like we alluded to earlier. 9 attempts for Washington, 56 yards, 6.2 yards per carry, 6 yards for Labe, 37 yards, 6.2 yards for him too. So some positives and negatives to take away from this offense for the Raiders. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought overall, them coming back was super impressive. I would love to have Aiden O'Connell over Jarrett Stidham as well. So if they, he don't make the team, I would like to have him as our quarterback too. Wouldn't mind that. But overall impressive. I did, I was on vacation, drinking a cocktail, seen Fernando Mendoza throw a pick six. I was kind of happy to see that, even though he's a rookie. It's always fun to see, the Raiders downfall. So that was great to see. But then they fought back. Aiden O'Connell looked good. They won the game. It's a preseason win, and I'm happy for Samoan Raider that he got to enjoy a win. But overall, Fernando Mendoza is a rookie. Not banging the table to say he's a bust or anything yet. But overall, the pick six, I was cheering. I was happy just to see him make a mistake. So hope to see more of those.
Andrew, let's go on up to you, man. You see the struggles of Fernando Mendoza in this one. What were your thoughts?
No, yeah, interesting game though. I mean, I saw bits and pieces of it, but the Texans were up 20-3 at halftime. I think that's what it was, and they came back and won. AOC, yeah. To your point, I have always thought he's a pretty solid quarterback, and so I think he makes the squad. I don't know, man. Like it's gonna be tough for me. They might try and tuck him away on the practice squad. We'll see what happens, but hell, I'd rather take AOC at this point because I'll tell you right now, our 2 backups aren't looking hot garbage 1, hot garbage 2. That's about it, right? So, for what he did. I'll take that all day. But I think you're right about Mike Washington. He had 9 carries for 56 yards, something like that as well too. So, look, I think you guys are going to be fine. Clint Kubiak's good and great win for you guys, man. Savor the flavor, Samoan. It's cool. Enjoy it. It's preseason. We'll see you week 2.
All right, Marcus, let's head on over to you, man. Wrap us up here with the Raiders take for this week. And I want to know from you, you see them come back. Again, we want to allude to the fact we understand it's preseason. I think a lot of people in the comment section are going to remind us of that. So just want to put that out there. Yes, it's preseason, but you see them come back with a big fourth quarter win. How big do you think that's going to be for them in the locker room as they enter the regular season?
I turned this game off midway through the third quarter, and then I went to watch the TV show. Then I came out afterwards. I was like, oh, well, whatever was the final score of the game was. I was like, holy shit, the Raiders came back! Wow. I think it's preseason, like you said, but I think a team that is rebuild. I know they're constant rebuild mode, but they're rebuilding. The new coach, new quarterback, a lot of young guys. It's nice to see a win like that, a come from behind win. So yeah, you definitely love that. It's definitely good for the vibes in the locker room. But I gotta say, and I think Colby would agree with me here, the fact that Philip Dorsett's still playing, and he's on the Raiders. That's
still got that guy.
I can't believe that he's still in the league, and it's nuts. That was just an observation I just saw Dorsett still on the Raiders. Aiden O'Connell. I'm not going to give Aiden O'Connell a lot of credit here, but I will say this: as far as a third string quarterback who has as many starts as Aiden O'Connell, that pays off big time in preseason. As far as him being a solid quarterback, I don't know. I watched the game of him. The Raiders did win this game. However, I watched a game where he didn't complete a pass after the first quarter. We still lost that game. But I mean, like he's just not. For me, I don't think he's not a good NFL starting quarterback. But solid preseason.
You talk about the Christmas game.
Yeah, solid third string quarterback. I'll say that for preseason. But yeah, Mike Washington stud, and I think Samoan said it like not being able to stop the run. I mean, Woody Marks I think Woody Marks is now in like the 1B conversation for their running back room because of what he did against the Raiders last week with Demont over there. So. Yeah, I mean, again, it's a definitely a good like vibes win for a team that's just trying to rebuilding and kind of reshape their organization.
Hey man, and let's call it what it is. Culture is absolutely huge in the game of football. I mean, you look at what the Patriots did last year, just for example, and they didn't have a very good roster. Why did they get to the Super Bowl? Is because of the culture. And so if that's what the Raiders can set year one, they're going to have more success than people are certainly expecting. But this is where we kick it off to you, Raiders fans. Let us know in the comment section below. What were your takeaways from preseason week